If you opened your banking app right now, there's a very high chance you are staring at a balance of around $5,400, maybe less. And somewhere in the back of your head, a voice is telling you that turning that into $1 million means 40 more years of exactly this. Same grind, same sacrifice, just longer. That voice is wrong. Not optimistic wrong, mathematically wrong. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact moment your money stops needing you as much as you need it. It has a real number attached to it. It arrives earlier than you'd guess, and once you cross it, the second half of this journey runs on a completely different set of physics than the first half did. Here's the assumption almost everyone makes, probably including you, that whatever got you to your first $100,000, the frugality, the skip takeout, the extra shifts nobody saw, is the same thing that gets you to $1 million. Just more of it, for longer. I want to be honest with you before I take that apart, because the assumption isn't stupid. The habits that build your first $100,000 are completely real. Every dollar you didn't spend went exactly where you think it went. Nobody's lying to you about that part. But it stops being the same game past a certain point. The habits that get you to $100,000 will actually trap you there if you never change them. And here's the part almost nobody says out loud. Getting to $1 million isn't 10 times harder than getting to $100,000. Past a certain point, it gets dramatically easier. You're just never told when that point arrives or what to do differently once you hit it. Meet David, 28, supply chain analyst outside Columbus, Ohio. No big salary, no side hustle empire. He puts $833 a month into a plain S&P 500 index fund. Nothing exotic, nothing his coworkers would even notice. And just keeps doing it, quietly, every single month. Right now, David feels like he's barely moving. The balance updates and it's fine, unremarkable. He scrolls past people posting six-figure side income online and wonders what he's doing wrong. He isn't doing anything wrong. He's just standing in the one part of this journey that's actually supposed to feel this slow. Let's actually run David's numbers, because this is where the video either earns your trust or loses it. At $833 a month, $10,000 a year, into a fund averaging an 8% return, it takes David roughly 7.5 years to cross $100,000. 7.5 years of the exact same deposit, month after month, with almost nothing to show for it in year 1. Or year 2. Honestly, not much in year 4 either. Here's the number that should make you feel better, not worse. Of that first $100,000, about $74,000 of it is money David personally put in. His paycheck, his restraint, his own 2 hands. Only around $26,000 of it, roughly a quarter, came from the market doing anything on its own. Say that back to yourself. 74% labor, 26% leverage. If the first $100,000 feels entirely built on your own back, that's because it basically is. That's not you doing something wrong. That's just what this specific stretch looks like for every single person who's ever climbed it. And this stretch is brutally sensitive to how much fuel you're willing to feed it. Drop David down to $500 a month, and that same $100,000 stretches out toward almost 11 years. Push him up to $1,500 a month, and he crosses the same line in under 5. Same market, same return. The only thing that moved was how much of his own labor he converted into fuel. Quick gut check. Are you in this phase right now? If your number has a comma in it but starts with a 0 or a 1, stay with me because everything is about to change. Here's the part nobody wants to say directly. If you're currently between $0 and $100,000, you are living through the least fun, least rewarding, most necessary stretch of this entire process. It's supposed to feel like pushing a boulder. There is no hack that skips it. Every person currently sitting on 7 figures walked through this exact slow, unglamorous mile, usually while quietly convinced it wasn't working. But this phase is not a preview of what the rest of the journey feels like. It's the hardest, slowest stretch of the whole thing, and it happens to sit right at the start, which is exactly why so many people quit or lose faith before they ever feel what comes next. Here's the image I want you to hold on to for the rest of this video. A space shuttle burns almost 90% of its fuel just fighting through the first few miles of atmosphere. That part is violent, loud. It looks from the outside like it's barely moving compared to how much energy it's burning. But the moment it clears that resistance, everything changes. There's no more friction to fight. It doesn't need constant thrust anymore. It just glides at 17,000 miles an hour on almost nothing. Your first $100,000 is the atmosphere. It isn't slow because something's broken. It's slow because that's the exact part of the flight where you were providing basically all the thrust against maximum resistance. Nobody shows you the fuel gauge and tells you that going in. They just show you the launch and let you assume the whole flight looks like that. If nobody's actually walked you through exactly where you sit on this timeline before, that's kind of the whole point of this channel. Hit subscribe so the next one finds you. Now meet Elena, 34, project manager in Chicago. She already did the hard part. She crossed $100,000 2 years ago. And here's where a lot of people, including a version of Elena who almost existed, quietly become dangerous to their own future. They relax. Because something genuinely does shift at $100,000, and it's worth naming precisely. At that balance, an ordinary 10% market year generates about $10,000 in pure passive growth, which is roughly what Elena's been manually contributing every year out of her own paycheck. The market just matched her. For the first time, her money is pulling its own weight next to her. This is exactly the moment people get comfortable. They see the balance climbing a little on its own, and some part of the brain quietly downgrades the urgency. They ease off. They tell themselves they've built momentum, so surely they can loosen up now. Here's the problem with that instinct. The acceleration from here isn't a reward for coasting. It's a reward for staying the course a little longer. Going from $100,000 to $200,000 at the same pace Elena's already keeping takes under 5 years, nearly 2.5 years faster than the first stretch demanded. And $200,000 to $300,000? Under 4 years. Half the time the first $100,000 took. Add it up, and Elena crosses $300,000 in a little over 15 years total, having personally put in around $155,000 of her own money, with the market contributing roughly $145,000 on top of that. For the first time, the market is almost matching her, dollar for dollar. And right at $300,000 sits the actual tipping point, the moment this stops being a saving story and starts being a leverage story. At that balance, an ordinary 8% year generates about $24,000 passively in a single year. That's more than double what Elena is putting in with her own paycheck. For the first time in this entire journey, her money is working harder than she is. This is exactly where two versions of Elena split. One sees that number, feels like she's made it, and eases off. Nicer apartment, lower contribution rate, treating $300,000 like a finish line instead of an ignition point. The other does something almost boring. She keeps the exact same contribution going because she's just found out it's about to start working twice as hard for her as it ever has. So let's follow the version of Elena who stays the course, because this is the part that actually explains the title of this video. From $300,000, the stretch to $700,000 takes roughly 9 more years at that same steady pace. I'll be straight with you. That specific number isn't from a stat sheet. It's the same math simply carried forward. Same contribution, same 8% return, extended out. Call it the long runway. It doesn't feel dramatic while it's happening. It just quietly compounds in the background of an otherwise completely ordinary life. Pause for a second and find your own number in this. If you're already sitting somewhere past $300,000 right now, everything I'm about to say describes exactly where you are, whether you felt it yet or not. Here's the moment everything changes, and it's the actual reason this video has the title it does. From $700,000 to $1 million at that same steady pace takes under 4 years. Not because Elena discovered some secret, because at $700,000, an ordinary 10% market year generates about $70,000 in a single year, almost entirely on its own, close to what a lot of full-time workers earn from an entire year of actual labor. Except this version arrives without Elena doing anything except leaving the money alone. And if Elena happens to hit her peak earning years right around the time she crosses $700,000, pushing contributions up to $20,000 a year instead of $10,000, while catching a slightly stronger 10% return, that final stretch compresses even further, under 3 years. The last $300,000 of a seven-figure portfolio arriving faster than it took to save the first $30,000. Sit with that, because it's the entire point of this video. Reaching $700,000 took Elena almost 24 years of consistent, unglamorous discipline. Crossing the final $300,000 on top of that took 3. Same person, same habits, completely different speed, because the machine underneath her had finally cleared the atmosphere. And here's the number that closes the loop all the way back to David, still grinding through his first $100,000 right now. Remember his ratio: 74% his own labor, 26% market leverage. By the time this same journey crosses the $1 million mark, that ratio has almost completely flipped. Roughly 73% of that final number is pure compound interest. Elena didn't work 3 times harder to build the second half of this fortune. She worked roughly the same amount as always. The machine just did nearly 3/4 of the lifting for her by the end, instead of 1/4 at the start. If you take away exactly one number from this entire video, take this one. The finish line was never where the hard part lived. The hard part is entirely front-loaded, right at the beginning, and almost nobody warns you about that on the way in. So here are the 2 roads sitting in front of Elena the moment she crosses $300,000. On one road, she treats $300,000 as an achievement to celebrate by spending the nicer apartment, the eased-off contribution rate, telling herself she's earned a break now that the number finally looks respectable. On that road, the machine slows back down to needing her almost as much as it did on day 1, and the $1 million mark stays a decade further away than it ever needed to be. On the other road, she changes almost nothing. Same contribution, no urge to treat the pivot point like a finish line. She just lets the physics she already triggered keep doing exactly what it started doing. That road gets her to 7 figures years earlier, not because she pushed harder, but because she simply didn't get in the machine's way once it started running on its own. And David? Right now, he's still in the atmosphere, feeling like none of this applies to him yet. It will. In about 7 years, he's going to hit the exact same fork Elena just crossed. Whether he even notices it's there is going to matter more than almost anything else he does with money between now and then. Here's the one thing worth remembering after this video ends. The habits that get you to your first $100,000 are real, they work, and they are absolutely not optional. But they are not the same habits that get you to $1 million. One is thrust, the other is orbit. Confusing the two is exactly why so many people either quit right before the physics change or spend a decade coasting at the precise moment they should have kept their foot down. You're either still fighting the atmosphere right now, or you've already broken through it and just don't realize it yet. Figure out honestly which one is true for you, because the entire second half of this only takes 3 years once you get there. The first half was always the only part that was ever going to take 7.